Welcome to the channel. If you're brand new, let me take just a few moments of your time. My name is Christina Rizakos. I am a childcare business mentor and strategist. I am the founder of Profitable Daycare. It is a blog that I share training, strategies, and all things that have to do with policies, marketing, mindset work, when you are an aspiring new or struggling childcare business owner. And I'm also the founder of Elevated Childcare CEO, which is my online membership where I help, again, new aspiring or struggling childcare business owners with all things that have to do with policies, educational program, team handbooks, marketing, Facebook ads, and really just making sure that you have all the tools you need to be able to operate, run, and grow your childcare business, and doing that without losing your marbles or without putting in 50, 60 hours of work, and then going home with no energy and just feeling like you're done with the world, right? And I know that how that goes because I was one of those people that believed that it was all about work, and then everything else would just kind of handle itself on its own, until I felt extremely burnt out and overwhelmed and anxious and stressed out. And even worse, I felt like I had a job, which is something that no business owner ever wants to feel like. So I know exactly what that's like. So today we're going to talk about doomed to fail. And I'm going to share one sure way your business is doomed to fail. And I want you to take some notes. If you have questions, type them up in the comment section and I will go back and I will answer them. If you are watching the replay, just let me know if you have a question and I will go back at the end of the day, sometime tonight or maybe on Monday, and I will do my best to answer them as well. So what is one sure way that your childcare business is doomed to fail? It is if your marketing strategy is lacking. That is the sure way your business is doomed to fail, because we all know that it does not matter how amazing your staff is. It doesn't matter how pretty the colors are on your wall, or how expensive your toys are, or how amazing your program is, how stimulating your program is. If you don't have people in your business consistently giving you money for your services, right? You don't have a business, right? And most of the time when business owners are struggling with enrollments, it is because their marketing strategy is lacking, is done really quickly, or even worse, they don't have one. That's even worse. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through a few things that you have to have in place when you are thinking of your marketing strategy to make sure that you have these things that I'm going to mention, and that you are optimizing them every single week, so that you know that you have something clear and precise in place that is consistently growing your email list, growing your followers, but also is bringing in customers. And it's converting them into paying customers so that you have a business. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a business, if you don't have money to pay your rent, your staff, then you don't have a business, right? You just have a dream that you that isn't paying you. Okay, so let me share a few of the marketing strategies that you should have in place in your childcare business, okay? Because I know marketing is something that stresses a lot of people out, especially when you're the only one doing everything and you think, how the heck am I supposed to do that? But as you'll see, I'm going to walk you through a few simple things that you can do in your business that you can implement, or that you can tweak if you have already, so that you can make this work for you, right? So first thing I want you to start thinking about is, who do you serve? Do you have an ideal customer in your mind? Like if I ask you right now, who is your ideal customer? Do you know who that is? Are they local to you? Are they single parent families? Are they lower income families, right? What does that look like to you? Do you know who you're serving? That's the first thing that you have to think about. Because if you're thinking that you're a daycare and you just accept every child under the sun, and that every family is going to be a good fit for your program, I hate to break it to you, but that's not how it works. And I'm not saying that you should be turning kids away, I'm just saying that as a business owner, you have a service to provide, but you have to be able to kind of hone in on who it is that you want to be working with. You should do this for your customers, but you should also do this for your staff as well, right? So let's just stick with our customers. Who are the people that you want to have in your business, right? And I'll give you a quick example so that you can really understand how you can do this if you haven't done this already. So for my business, when I started my childcare business, I knew that I wanted to serve my community, right? So we served our town. I'm in Quebec. And we had, we live in a pretty big town, right? So I had an area in my town that I knew it was lower income families. It was a lot of single parent homes and a lot of newly arrived immigrants, right? So those were the three types of clients that I decided with my business partner that we would offer our services to. We also decided that we were going to offer our services to people, to families that were on social assistance that couldn't afford daycare. And they had to go to school and look for a job, but they just couldn't afford the daycare, right? So we decided to cater to their needs. And then we just added from there, right? So for you, it might look like something different. Maybe you have an area, maybe you're close to a school and you decided that your ideal customer, you want to offer some places to that school or, businesses around you, right? So who is your ideal customer, okay? And this is going to serve you in so many ways, especially when you start investing in Facebook ads or really just creating buzz about your business or posting on social media, because you're not talking just to everyone under the sun. You're talking to that ideal customer. And that's going to help you in the long run in all your marketing, as well as your marketing copy. Copy meaning the text that you're writing in your ads and your social media platforms and all that stuff, right? So who do you serve? Be really clear. Who do you serve? Second thing I want you to start thinking about in terms of your strategy is your online presence, okay? And I know in today's world, everyone is online, everyone is on Facebook, social media, whatever, but you have to make sure that you're leveraging social media the right way, that you're not going online and you're just posting all sorts of things and you're trying to kind of attract anyone that kind of clicks and likes, right? So once you know who your ideal customer is, then you want to think about your online presence, right, on your social media account. So are you, first of all, can you be easily found on social media, right? Do you have a Facebook business page set up that is completely set up properly, or an Instagram account? I think that most daycares do have a Facebook business page. I know I've seen a lot on Instagram as well, but I think Facebook is much more popular, right? From what I've seen. Now you can have both. It really depends on you, but what does that look like? What types of things are you posting on social media? Is it all about, enrollments now, come and sign up your child now, or are you posting other things? Do you have like some kind of a strategy? So let's say Monday could be something motivational, Wednesday could be something fun, or maybe you're like, sharing somebody's review about your program. Thursday could be something cute that one of the kids said in your care, and Friday could be something that has to do with your business, maybe an open house, maybe you have a few spots available, whatever that is, right? Do you have some type of strategy, or do you find yourself kind of thinking, oh my God, what the heck do I post now? What do I post this week, right? Something to consider. Hey, Maria, how's it going, Maria? Cool. Okay. So the other thing I want you to start thinking about when we're talking about online presence is your website, can it be found on Google My Business, right? So what do most people do when they're looking for childcare is they go on Google and they type up exactly those words, childcare center around my area or childcare center near to, right? So what does that look like for you? Have you done it, right? I'll put the link in the comments. It's very simple. You just create a profile, it's free, and then you put in all the information, right? But people know when they're typing up that, oh, this so-and-so's daycare is close to me or close to my work or close to my school, right? So you have to make sure that you are doing this. It's not your customer's job to find you. You have to place your business in front of their eyeballs. And more importantly, you have to place your business in front of the right eyeballs, right? So get found on Google. Having an optimized website is another part of your marketing strategy, because I know that, Facebook is easy and it's free, but you need to have some type of a website. You need to be able to send people off of social media, which is always busy, and there's all sorts of things and videos that people like to click on. You want to take them. Thanks, Maria. You want to take the people from your social media and kind of direct them over to your website. Your website has to be fully optimized with the proper keywords. It has to be mobile friendly, because 80% of people are on their mobile devices, right? So you have to make sure that it loads well, that everything is aligned, and that you have the proper pages set up, right? So we don't want a website that is really like, developed. I mean, you can do that eventually, but when you're just starting out, all you need is a basic landing page, a little bit about your program. You can upload your policy booklet if you have one already, and you can have a page where people can actually sign up for your newsletter or sign up to put their child on your wait list, or if you want to get fancy, a page where people can actually book a tour directly from your website, right? Again, this is going to look different depending on the size of your business, but just have that in mind. What does my website look like, right? If people land on my website, do they know what we're about? Do they know where we're situated? Do they know what we believe in? What our educational program is like, right? Or is it just like a generic page where there's no value? There's just, your business name, a picture of something you found online, and just a phone number, right? So put some thought into it. And if you're not very tech savvy, that shouldn't stop you. There's a lot of websites out there. Again, I mention this all the time because it is really helpful, especially when you're starting out and you're not tech savvy, to know that this shouldn't stop you. There's a lot of websites out there that you can hire a virtual assistant to do these things for you, right? They can develop the website, they can add the pages, they can work out the tech. So you don't have to worry about that. And they're not expensive, okay? So again, I'll post some links if you want in the comments or in the description of the video, so you can go ahead and check those out. Okay, we talked about social media, having a smaller online community or group, right? So this is another marketing tip that can definitely help you when you're just starting out, is having a smaller online community, but not for your paying customers, which you should have one, by the way, but for people that just want to be up to date. Because here's the thing, if you're not investing in Facebook ads, and you're just putting up things on your business page, it's about 7% of your fans on your business page that actually see what you're posting, right? Because Facebook wants you to invest in ads, right? That's the point. So if you, for example, have 1,000 people on your Facebook business page that are following you, and you have an open house, let's say headed next week, plan that, whatever, they don't have access to that information, because again, Facebook will not pop it up on their feeds. They won't pop it up on their feeds. So you have to make sure that you have another way that you can kind of get the message out there if you don't want to be spending money. So what you can do is you can actually create a community of a pool of interested people, interested potential clients that want to stay updated. Maybe their kids are a little bit too early to start. Maybe they haven't made up their mind yet, right? Maybe they just want to listen in to see what you have to offer in your business. It's super simple to set up, free as well. So you just set up a community linked to your business page, and you invite people to kind of stay in the loop and get kind of behind the scenes, a look into your business, your program, the daycare, whatever it is that you're offering. And you can just go in there and have another strategy where you're just sharing updates and giving people kind of like a heads up when you do have enrollments or when you have an open house, okay? So think about that as well. The other thing I want you to consider when you're thinking of your marketing strategy is, how are you growing your email list? Because yes, Facebook is important and you should definitely be like kind of visible online, but it shouldn't be your only option, because if Facebook goes dark tomorrow, you've lost everything you have on Facebook, your messages, your contacts, that doesn't belong to you. So you have to be really strategic when it comes to your Facebook. This is why I always preach about having a website that you can refer the traffic to, right? And you don't have to be investing money if you don't want to, but you can definitely, through your posts, do what we call a call to action post, where you're kind of talking about something, sharing, whatever it is that you're talking about. And then at the end, you tell people, your readers, what to do. So, for example, you could talk a little bit about your program, why you believe in this, and then you can say something like, to read up a little bit more about our educational program, click the link to get access to our policies on, to get access to our educational program booklet or whatever, right? Or if you want to be notified, if you want to be the first one to be notified when we have another spot available, click the link and sign up for our virtual wait list, right? So what this does, it is going to allow you to kind of grow your email list consistently, right? You want to be doing this consistently. And you can definitely do this with Facebook ads, which is going to, get this happening much more quicker for you in your business. But you can definitely do this with free strategies like I'm explaining right now, but it is going to take a little bit longer, okay? And of course, investing in Facebook ads. So if you are not there right now, just know that eventually you will have to kind of kick the bucket and just to start investing in Facebook ads. And it does not have to be expensive because, again, you are targeting local audiences. You're not targeting the entire Canada or entire USA or the world. You're targeting your town, right? Most chances are that you're targeting locally. So you can do amazing things with Facebook ads and IG ads, right? And you can target your ideal customer, where they shop from, the types of websites they visit, if the books that they read. I mean, you can do amazing things with Facebook ads. But just know that is definitely something that should be a part of your marketing strategy, because it will definitely get you more exposure, grow your email list much more quicker, book more tours, and really just get your business out there. And when you do this and it's you see traction, you see people actually signing up and converting, then you can kind of set it on automate, right? You could just automate this and forget it. You know that you have an ad on Facebook that is working really well. Yes, you have to go in, let's say weekly, and check to make sure that everything is converting well and that people are engaging. But once that happens, then you have something that's running in the back end that's kind of growing your email list, growing your newsletter list, or growing your wait list. And you know that you don't have to worry about that anymore, okay? So let's talk a little bit about local presence, because I know that's something that a lot of you want to learn about. Now, local presence. What types of things can you do locally to really boost visibility and grow your email list? You can do a few fun things. Okay, so I'm going to share a few things. And depending how big your town is, right, maybe you won't be able to do some of them, but I'm pretty sure that you can find one that kind of works for you. So you can create a referral program with other small business owners or existing customers, right? So you can do something really fun if the law permits, because I know for a lot of centers that are subsidized, maybe you know, I'm speaking up for experience because I'm in Quebec and I had a subsidized daycare center and we had to follow a lot of rules. But I know in the US, things are much more flexible, as well as the rest of Canada. So you can definitely think about a referral program that you can set up with existing customers. So refer a friend that signs up and you get, let's say, $50 off a favorite store, an Amazon card, a discount on their next invoice, right? You can figure that out. So you can do something like that with your customers, or you can do the same thing with small business owners that are local to you in your town, right? So this is easy. You can just either call them, email them, or show up face-to-face if you can, introduce yourself and tell them about your business, who you are, and all that stuff. And then tell them that, you know, you can exchange business cards and kind of create that kind of partnership where you're referring people to their business, and then they're referring people to you. Now you have to make sure that you are targeting the right businesses, because you're not going to do something like this with a business that is not already serving your ideal customer, right? So for example, you can go look into women's only gyms. Those are a great option. Bookstores, family friendly restaurants, toy shops, boutiques that offer children's clothing, right? Places that you know families with young children are going to visit, right? So you can, in exchange, refer their business to your customers, and then they can do the same for you. And this works really great because I have actually gotten a lot of customers when I started referring my existing customers to, let's say, the gym down the corner that had classes for mommy and me, or a women's only gym, or with the speech therapist that would come in and work with the kids in our care. I would refer her clients that I knew needed the extra care, and then she in return would do the same for me. I also did this with a Zumba teacher that had Zumba classes only for little kids, right? So you can find someone that already serves your ideal customer and kind of reach out. Don't be shy, and just tell them about it. And most of the time, people are really open to do this, especially if they like you, if there's that connection there, right? Make sure that you are inside your local directory. This is free most of the time to kind of Google local directory, and that your business can be actually found inside your town's or your city's directory. And lastly, when you're thinking of marketing strategies, when you've done, everything online, when you've done everything local, you can definitely start thinking of your tour procedure as a marketing strategy, because it's an income generating task. It's something that once you do well, you get more customers signing up, right? If your tour procedures suck, if they don't convert, meaning they don't take people that have never heard of you, they don't take them from that into paying customers, then there's something off. Maybe it's the way you approach them. Maybe it's the procedure is done too fast. Maybe you're not sharing enough about the business or about the program. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of things that kind of parents get turned off by, right? But it really is up to you as the business owner to think about that and kind of put your numbers down. So let's say you've booked 10 tours, and tours are visits, by the way, like when people visit your center, for those of you that don't know. So let's say you book 10 of them in the week, and 2 people sign up. There's something lacking there. Let's say you book 10 of them and you get 5 people signing up. Well, you're doing a better job, right? So it really is up to you to kind of try new things, new strategies, tweak them to make sure that the numbers are working for your business, right? And what I like about tour procedures is that once your business starts growing, and you're lucky enough to kind of hire either a manager or a lead educator, and you don't want to be doing tours anymore, it's definitely something that your lead educator can do and follow, because if you have created a procedure that works, right? If you have all the paperwork necessary, you know exactly how you're going to show them to the daycare, what types of things you're going to share about, and how you're going to introduce everyone and all that stuff, then they can definitely kind of pick up the slack and do that for you, so you don't have to do that as well. So that's something that I definitely did towards, I think that was 6-7 years into my business. We had a lead educator and she did that for us. So let's say I was shopping, and someone would walk in and say, oh, I want to visit the daycare, and she could show them around. She followed the procedure that we had shown her. She gave the proper documents. She actually followed the procedure to the T, and it worked out really well for us. So those are just a few ideas to start thinking about when you're thinking of marketing procedures, because one thing I can definitely tell you is that you cannot depend on your staff, quality staff, or quality of your program to think, oh, I'm not doomed to fail. You have to be on top of your marketing as a business owner, and it doesn't matter if you're an online business owner or a brick and mortar business owner. In today's world, you have to be on top of your marketing strategies. And most of the time, it has to be a mix between who you serve, right? How to find them online and locally. And then again, what you do when you get that contact, that first contact, via your phone call or your tour procedures, how that goes so that you are converting more people, right? So that was my training for you guys. I do want to mention that I am hosting a free class on the 20th, which is next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be live time. You can ask questions, and I'm going to be talking about the 3 phases every successful childcare business owner needs to go through in order to run and operate a fully booked and profitable childcare business. So I will put the link to that. You can go check that out. And if you sign up and you can make it live, no problem. I am going to email you the replay as well. So what did Maria say? Thank you, Maria. Plaza Sank has ruined the connection of parents passing by. Yes, Maria, I agree. So what Maria is saying is that Maria is in Quebec like I am. And in Quebec, we have the government is actually the only way a child can be placed in your wait list. Okay, so they have kind of taken over. And before, parents would either knock on your door or call you, and you had some kind of a process, right? So you would have a Google sheet or an Excel sheet, or at the beginning, I used to have just a binder, and we would just add kids' names manually. But right now, what our government has done, they have taken that away from us, and they actually do that themselves. Parents have to go online and create an account and all that stuff. And a lot of the times, a lot of parents, they don't know how to do that, or they do it and they don't do it well. And so basically, it's a pool of people and interested people, parents that want a place for their child in our entire province, right? Keep in mind. And then after that, it's kind of like the businesses are on the side, and everybody's kind of, I don't want to say fighting for customers, but I mean, it's something. So I get it, Maria. I totally get it. So if there aren't any questions, yeah, Jacqueline, yep, that's what's happening in Quebec. Again, this is really local to us. I have not heard, because I work with customers from all over. So my students are from the USA as well as Canada, and Quebec is very, very particular when it comes to childcare, and because they subsidize it, so they come up with the rules. So that is it for me, you guys. If there's any questions, Comment underneath, go back and watch it. Jacqueline, I'm not sure if you just came hopped on or not, but it doesn't matter. Just go back from the beginning and listen in. Let me know what you think, and I will post those links that I shared so you can go back and check them. Other than that, I will see you guys. Luckily, not like here in Ottawa. Yeah, you see, so there's a lot of states are extremely lenient, but also provinces as well, because I'm a new homeschooling mom, and with homeschooling, it's the same thing. So they're really strict. They love to kind of throw out these guidelines and these rules that don't make any sense most of the time for parents that are homeschooling, for people that are running daycares, and they just basically, expect you to deal, and that's it, right? So, and I'm finding the same thing with homeschooling. So I'm in a lot of homeschooling groups online, and we're in the process of doing our portfolios and our end of year evaluations. And here it's like a whole process. But in most places, it's nothing. Like they don't ask anything, at least as developed as they do here. So the parents, the moms that are homeschooling are so much more relaxed than the ones from our province, because we're trying to kind of get everything in order, make sure we're kind of following the rule to the T. But other people are just like, homeschooling is amazing, and we don't have to follow guidelines. We don't have to evaluate the kids with the teacher. The government is not up our ass like they are here. So that's what's happening here. So that's it. I'm trying to open tutoring, homeschool, help business, and it's very unclear on guidelines, requirements, job codes for taxes. Anna. Well, you know what, Anna? I have found a lot of people. I'm not sure where you're from. Oh, you're from Iowa. Well, I'm not sure how it works there, but I know for us here, I have found that there are so many amazing professionals that are offering their services. So for tutoring, for French classes, for art, for anything online, which is amazing, right? So again, I know it's not ideal. And it's very different, having someone in front of you doing this, but I'll give you an example for homeschooling. There is a company in Quebec, where I'm from, that she has like a virtual school. She has a team of teachers working for her, and they take on your child when you're homeschooling, right? So they have, let's say, 25 classes online that you have to hop on. So your child hops on the virtuals, and I think they're at 50 minutes long. They create the lesson plan for you. They evaluate your kids for you. They check in on the kids, and they do basically everything. And at the end of the year, they do the evaluation. So for math and anything that we have to do for high schoolers, they do all that. So we don't have to do any of that. And it's done virtually. So I can definitely, if you want, Anna, I can send you her email or her website so you can check it out. Her website is French and English, right? So you'll be able to read through it and see how she does this, because I know that she charges for the year. She creates the program. She gives parents and do way better in person. That's what I'm doing, but in a small group in person. Yeah. Well, Anna, you should definitely look into it, because a lot of people were not very techie. But with COVID, I think most people are finding that they have no choice and they have to really hop on the virtual game. And just to give you guys an example, in Quebec, there's only last year, before the pandemic hit, there were 5,000 kids that were homeschooled in the entire province. 8.5 million people, 5,000 kids homeschooled, right? It's not a thing here. It's not a thing. I know in the US, it's just something that parents do, but here, we don't really do this. Now, we have reached 13,000 children. So from 5,000, 13,000 kids are being homeschooled in Quebec. So that's why I'm seeing a lot of people just offering their services, like this company that I found for homeschoolers, for high school homeschoolers, right? There's a lot of interesting things you can do online. And there's a lot of income to be made and a lot of families to help, because parents are overwhelmed, right? Especially after what's been happening the last year. Parents just don't know, look, I'm homeschooling 4 kids, right? And I have to do 4 lesson plans and make sure everyone's doing what they have to do. So I'm always looking to see what they can do online. And when we do homeschooling, we don't really do online, but when it comes to like specialty classes. Like, for example, my son loves sketching, so he wanted me to find him an online course for sketching, so I did, right? My daughter loves designing, so I found her a school that does that, but online again. So French, they have to learn French. We speak English at home most of the time, right? So we really just focus on that, but they still have to do it because it's a part of the guidelines in Quebec as a second language. So there's a program, a school online. It's called outschool.com. There are so many teachers that are local to me that are not working right now that have started their online classrooms, and they offer, let's say, French singing or French story time or learn French with me, right? And I think they charge like $8 or $10 a class, and you have to sign up for like 8 classes, like a little session, right? So people are making money, but also they're helping the parents out, and the kids are getting what they have to get. And again, it's virtual, it's not ideal, but again, it's not like they're glued to the screen 24/7, because when we're homeschooling, we do things like face-to-face, right? Or experiences or outdoors or whatever we do ourselves. So think about that, Anna. I'm going to send you her website so you can see. There's a lot of people out there that are hopping on the virtual space. And I know that there's a lot of money to be made online and a lot of people to help. And you can do that with less work, working smarter and not harder, right? So, and especially if you're a teacher already, or if you know these things, or if you've homeschooled, or if you're already a tutor, you can reach many more people, right? Instead of actually exchanging your time for money, you can actually do this online and have 3 people join you instead of one-on-one, right? So you can do that as well. So that was it for me, you guys. If you have any questions, comment underneath. I'll go back and I'll answer them. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Disconnect off of social media, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.